Nick Lee traveled to Budapest, Hungary for the ranking series number 4 and made his way to the finals with impressive scores. However, he was unfortunately no match for Tulga Tumur from Mongolia, who has previous victories over McKenna, Yanni, and others, and has been on quite a tear in recent world tournaments. About 40 seconds in, Tulga digs for an over-under, which is a dangerous spot to be in for either of these guys. It looks like Tulga is super comfortable here though, and you'll see why later. Here, you don't want to be caught off balance, cross-stepping, or anything like that, because it's easy to be thrown to your back. You also don't want to apply too much pressure forward, as your opponent can use that, pull, throw hips in, and throw you backwards. You want to keep your opponent's hips away, stay in a good stance, and try to capitalize on any mistake in position your opponent makes. And honestly, if you're not comfortable here, you should pummel inside, look for an underhook or two. Yes, there is a knee pick available, but that can easily be countered if you're not low enough. Nick steps across with his right leg. I'm not sure what he was looking to do here. It's possible he was trying to pass that left elbow to the right and step into a double, but Tulga's arm is dug too deep, and Nick ends up putting himself off balance, which allows Tulga to get an easy lateral drop. This is obviously a terrible position for Nick, but he doesn't get pinned and makes his way back to the bottom position. This is feet to back, so the score is 4-0 Tulga. Not long after, Tulga locks up a tight gut wrench, steps over that right knee, flattening Nick out as he rolls him to the right for some back exposure. The grip around Nick's body is super tight, not much wiggle room here, so there's not much Nick could have done to stop this other than not allowing the lock to happen in the first place. Score is 6-0 Tulga. Tulga then rolls Nick one more time out of bounds with the same gut wrench. Score is now 8-0 Tulga. Nick has a lot of room to make up for, but we've seen him pull off come from behind victories before, so while the match is pretty far out of reach, there's a lot of time left, so it's still hopeful. However, Tulga stayed in really good position, not giving up any openings for shots, finding his way to that over-under again as he pushed Nick out of bounds for the easy push-out. Score is now 9-0 Tulga. Nick did find better footing, but it was too little too late. Tulga stayed in good position still and managed to dig for another over-under successfully to get another push-out in the 10-0 tech fall. This was a great performance for Tulga and goes to show just how talented the world of wrestling is. What can we take away from this? For Nick, well, try to stay out of the over-unders, which clearly did not do well for him this match. There's no point in getting that deep into ties with someone who clearly is more comfortable than you. If he can stay on the outside of the ties, look to keep a little bit more distance, he might fare a lot better. He does well when he's on the attack, looking for shots and countering his opponent's far away shots for go-behinds. So even though this match was a little bit out of reach for Nick, it doesn't mean he can't completely turn it around and have a different result next time with a different game plan.